When people are released from jail, they have the responsibility to appear in court. But some of these people choose to go on the run.
They go back home to mommy.
And that is when these guys come into the picture. So sit back and listen to the Off the Hook podcast with Chad and Rob.
Very fine people on both sides.
These are real stories, but the names have been changed.
What's going on, guys? I'm Rob.
And I am Chad.
Yeah. How you been, Chad?
And
it's been cold as shit.
yeah, that's kind of our heat. We've been having issues with some kind of signal thing that signals our heater to turn on, some kind of relay or something. Anyway, getting that fixed as we speak.
Oh, good.
I think. I hope.
It's been, and next week it's supposed to be like in the 60s to 70s. It doesn't, like, I don't get it, man. This is why everybody getting sick.
I will be in Florida, so.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You will be taking the
God
phone calls. Enjoy.
I don't have. All right, so let me kind of explain to you guys about how kind of we do things in the bail bonding industry. So Chad gets all the calls. He filters all the calls, and something comes in. He calls me.
You can only imagine the people that call me.
I mean, and then like we've had some really stupid calls here lately.
Yeah.
And
I had one this morning. I put it on speaker for you.
Yeah. He puts it on speaker, and he's like, Are you ready? I'm like, no, I'm not. I don't have patience like this man does. This man's got patience with Job. I don't know how he does it, but when the phones get forwarded to me, you ought to see my face. I'm
our Google ratings go down.
I'm over there jawing. I can't stand it, but
yeah. I say we got to stay on top, man. You got to be good.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to deal with the idiots.
I tell you, and we're gonna have Regina on here here soon.
Yeah. A separate one.
Yeah, it's a separate one.
Let's chat.
It's gonna be awesome
about this. So I'm excited.
What you excited about?
Cash Patel.
Oh yeah.
Man, I saw it. I saw an awesome video of him coming out on stage after he got confirmed.
Yep.
To Metallica, Enter Sandman.
Yep.
Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight. Was he sending a message?
Maybe.
I think so.
What about,
dude?
I want to see the Epstein list.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to see the Diddy list.
Yeah, the list. You're gonna see some people. You're gonna see a mass exodus.
But it doesn't matter. I mean, these people, like the people that are like that hate, just absolutely have the Trump derangement syndrome.
Right.
These people, it doesn't matter. It can be the worst of the worst and saying what they did, but they're still going to go against him just because it's Trump and it's his pick. It doesn't matter if
if you're not on the list, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Right.
So sit back and relax and watch. Get your popcorn ready.
Yeah.
It's going to get good.
And what's up with the algorithm on like TikTok and all these reels?
Yeah, I don't know. I start getting like a bunch of liberal crap, and for some reason I don't like get into that stuff. I get trapped because I'll go and comment.
I think that's where it gets you.
Yeah, that's what they want me to do, and I fall for it, But I can't
don't
help it.
But I got up like today
Some
when I first
chick, with wearing freaking cat ears or something, talking about I hate Trump and they're terrible people.
The fear mongering's done with. I saw Bernie this morning. I opened up TikTok. It's Bernie going, "Hey, I need your support, so I need you to donate." I'm like, "Motherfucker, how much money do you need, bro? You've got like over years. You've been like, what the hell?"
Yeah. Well,
anyway, I'm sick of it.
Yeah. Well, we got right at 4 years. I mean, Trump's only been in there for 30 days. It's only been 30 days. Liberals are losing their minds. It's going to be a long 4 years for you people, man.
Yeah, I tell you
Y'all
what.
better get a safe space.
I tell you what, the therapists throughout the entire country are going to like bank money.
Man, that's right, man.
Yeah,
these little online therapy things. You've seen that? Like, it seems like every time I'm like listening to my thing while I'm at the gym. Spotify or whatever, and like commercial come on, because I don't pay for that. I'll suck it up, listen to a commercial. But anyway, It's like try so and so therapy, This is like therapy. Like, there's a lot of mentally messed up people if there's this many commercials for therapy on your radio stations and stuff. Like, growing up, we didn't have that. Like,
yeah, but
we're fine. Like,
yes.
There's a lot of messed up in the head people.
There is.
And they think they're right, but I'm the one that's just sitting back, chilling, and I'm good. Oh, that could be you, Rob. They want to talk about a bond, and they got $50, and it's $100,000 bond. Will you take payments?
Click. Click.
Right.
All right. So on this episode, everybody, we're going to talk about a case that it was right when I came on again, about 10 years ago, and Chad here, who wrote that bond? Was it you?
Yeah. So, all right. So I had a guy. Well, actually, he was on bond afterwards that this happened. So we have another office in Brunswick County. It's a little place that I bought years ago, and I've been working on over and over. Anyway, I had stripped it down to the studs and needed some sheetrock work. And one of the guys we had on bond, this guy, we'll call him Pookie, and he is a Lumbee Indian.
From the Lumbee tribe.
Right. And so we didn't know the history of Pookie when we bonded him out. We later found out. So there's a situation that happened.
Hold on. Before we get into the story, though.
Oh, yeah.
I got a special story time music for
Okay.
you.
All right. Surprise me.
Just because.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I'm going to go see him May 31st. Yeah.
Love it.
All right.
Yes.
Good story time.
Good story time. You like
Right?
that?
Yeah.
Do you like that?
I see how it all tied
I
together.
like kind of mixing it up a little bit.
You did good. You did
All
good.
right.
All right. So.
All right. The bond, you wrote the bond, out of what county?
Brunswick County.
Okay.
Yeah. So, sorry, I got a little situation there. It's having to do with my heat.
Well,
Guys, picture. Trying to get a hold of me. Anyway, Brunswick County, $10,000 bond, I remember. And dude was with his brother-in-law or something, and these guys were breaking into like a impound yard, stealing stuff off of boats. Yeah.
off of boats.
Yeah.
Because Brunswick County is right.
Yeah.
But how did he end up from the Lumberton area to Brunswick County?
I have no idea, man. I don't know. But, I mean, Brunswick County runs, it's not that far away, but
No.
who knows? They probably left their area and decided to venture out and steal somewhere else. So they were breaking in this boat yard, stealing stuff off of boats, got caught. And his family called me, and we said, all right, well, we ended up doing the bond. Like, we try to do our best, like I've said before, but you just don't know what's going to happen. Anyway, Pookie misses court. Duh. And so we're having to deal with him because he's all the way in Red Springs.
Oh.
Red Springs is it's a little area right outside of.
And they're very crooked.
Yeah, he was. They're very protective. They're in their little groups out there. Everybody's a Locklear, an Oxendine, Jacobs.
There's one more.
Yeah, there's like one more. I can't remember.
It was like, it's a simple name too.
Yeah, but there's like 4 major names, and that's it, and it's strange. But anyway, that's how it is there in their little community. Anyway, we start looking for Pookie, doing the online stuff. We're looking at family members. And I remember, okay.
It's coming back to you. It's been a long time, man. It's been 10 years.
Some of these stories that kind of get together, but I remember, more about this one. This one pertained to slammer picks, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Later on.
I do remember that, too.
Yeah,
I remember you telling me that.
I remember. All right, so I remember we went down and we went to the house at night, and we went down a gravel road behind. It was like they had like a kind of almost a field behind his like trailer that he lived in. Manufactured home, some kind of I'm kind of home like that. Anyway, we went behind. I think it was me and you and James.
Now, I don't think I was with you on this one.
Yeah. This is when, it was at nighttime. We were behind it, and we were looking with binoculars to see, because he had 2 grown sons, and people keep calling me, man. Anyway,
I don't think I was with you on this one. On that one,
you weren't.
I was with you when we caught them.
Okay, all right. So maybe it's just me and James, and phone's busy right now. Sucks because it hasn't been all week.
Yeah, I didn't. We started.
We have to sit here and watch it while we're doing a podcast. Anyway, we're watching James and I. It's nighttime. I remember it was really wet out there at night in the dew, and I had a cut on my foot and I didn't realize it. And that night, I mean, we didn't see anything. We just saw his sons. We couldn't identify him, so we kind of had a wasted trip that night.
Well, it's not wasted.
It's not. Well, we didn't get him, but we got, we did get some information. He wasn't there, and turns out he was doing truck driving. He would go and he would come back. We later found out. So he was on the road a lot.
Gotcha.
So those are hard to get because, you got to catch them when they're at home. And some of these trips where they're going cross country, they're gone for a week at a time or better. So anyway, I put him on Slammer Picks. Remember that?
Yep.
And then what I would do is once I make the wanted post on there with this picture and contact us for information and reward, and I would slip it. I would use a fake girl and go into a fake account. And I would put it into. I would find his account, and so you have a circle of people around you that know you, even though you may not be active on Facebook. You can bet some of your family or close friends in your circle are, right? So if I take that post and I copy that link, and I send it,
just blast it out.
Yeah, send it to them, or I just put it on my fake girl timeline. It's going to get some attention. What's cool about this thing is I can go into my Google Analytics, and I can see who is on that site, what city they're at,
right,
down to what kind of device they're on. I can tell you if it's a Samsung or a iPhone or if it's an iPad
or a computer
or a desktop.
Gotcha.
Which is important because most of the time it's cell phone, so you're mobile. But if it's desktop, now you're looking at it from a stationary place, right?
Right.
So these are all notable things to take note of. And it'll give you a general vicinity if you have a lot of people viewing it. So I would take screenshots of the map when I would post that out there, because one person's going to take it and they're going to share it. Like, oh, shoot, Pookie, look here. He wanted,
Yep.
that kind of thing. You're jabbing them, right? You're jabbing that.
And you're did you offer a reward on it?
Yeah.
Because you usually do.
Yeah. I had a reward on it. Yeah. And so what happened was a little time went by.
I remember it was getting down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah. It was getting down. I mean, he was good. He was really staying put. But we got a call from a girl that saw the post. She was a scorned girlfriend.
Oh, God, I love them.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'm gonna pause you right there. Y'all women, man, when y'all get burned by a dude, and some of y'all women like to come after the dudes, man, and y'all
Bless
do
you.
it.
Right. I mean, hey, it pays, right? You can get him, and he evidently Pookie did something bad, and this girl, she called me up. She said, "I'll help you get him. I want the reward." And I was like, "Okay, cool." She said, "All right, he's going to be here. He's coming over this weekend." All right. So that's when I got you and James.
Yeah,
I remember we got all geared up.
Yep.
I mean, we had our vest and our
because we're going into a bad area.
Yeah. This is a rough area, and so we're all. I remember we got to Red Springs, and we went down from a little gas station to Field.
Yep.
And we all got our gear on.
Yep.
Out there, right? So we're ready to roll.
Yeah, I was in the. I wasn't driving. I think James was driving.
Yeah. So she calls and says he's going to be here in like 30 minutes because he was coming from probably his house over to her house.
Right.
And I remember she lived down some gravel road, other side of
like a big trailer park. Is what it was.
Yeah, pretty much. And so we roll up, give it some time. We're down the street. We know what vehicle's in, and we parked, backed up in some
in a field, and we saw him come in.
Yeah, so yeah, we confirmed that he came, and he went in, and we let him get into the house.
Yep.
And
I remember y'all going over the game plan because like I said, I wasn't much in on this one because. Yeah. This is something that I was new. This has been, like I said, 10 years ago. And they were like, all right, Rob, all right, when we pull up, I was going to take the back door. To make sure he didn't get out the back door, I was going to be back there.
Yeah, so Pookie had been to prison before. And so those are the people, they don't want to go back. So they're the ones that, you got to be leery about.
Yeah.
So we pull up in the driveway. Everybody jumps out, you run for the back. Me and James go to the front, Y'all
go in.
Yeah, we go in, and
where was he at?
She pretty much left the door cracked for us,
I
believe. And I remember him coming out of the little hallway, and James and I both just put him on the ground in the living room, and he was like, oh, y'all wouldn't have got me. He started talking junk, immediately. And I remember him talking about he knew we were looking for him. And
well, duh. I mean, you missed court.
Yeah, but I think the post, got back to him, which is fine. Whatever. You got, like we said, you got to be right all the time. We just got to be right
one time.
One time
only.
And this one time was the one that worked.
Yeah, I remember like our communications was like real spotty out there. And I stayed outside. I was like, what the hell's going on inside? And so I randomly walk in there and I see him. They got him in handcuffs and they're trying to get his, shoes on and stuff. And the whole time, they've got Pookie taken care of, right? So I'm on the front porch, kind of watching our backs pretty much. And then I start seeing like lights come on, neighbors, and like people come out. I'm like, dude, I'm not feeling too right about this. We need to get the hell up out of here.
Oh, yeah. Well, everybody, it's very close-knit community out there, and, we kind of stick out. So we're definitely getting him and getting the hell out of there. So we get down the road. I remember we got him in the car, got down the road, and he started talking about, y'all couldn't have caught me if I was, outside.
Yeah, I remember that.
Now, Pookie was not a thin individual. He did not look like a tractor.
I think we laughed at him.
Yeah, we pretty much laughed at him.
He's like, okay, whatever, dude.
He was like, you would like to maybe test our tasers out, So how would you run after we shot you with that? He was just talking up mad junk.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember just kind of like laughing at him, like, like whatever, dude.
It's a great feeling when you're all hype, your adrenaline's running when you're about to do all this, and when you finally get them in handcuffs, man, it's like Miller time. It's
but it is, and it takes a while. Have you noticed after you get somebody? Like back then, after you get somebody, you're still ready to go afterwards.
Yeah.
But
you get that adrenaline.
But when you get that, when it stops and that does that adrenaline dump, and you're like done, you're exhausted.
Oh yeah, it takes a lot out of you, man. It does.
Yeah.
But that was a good one. getting him that day.
Yeah.
So what happened on this was that was the Slammer Pick post. She saw that, and that was the key that gave us the advantage. And that's kind of what I've told other bondsmen. I'm like, you should be posting on this. Facebook's only as good as your friends and who shares it.
Social media, but it's good though. I've seen it work a bunch.
Oh, dude, I had a guy from Costa Rica call me about his brother, and this was one that dude ran off, and later I found out that he was in what is that? Joe Apico, the guy who has Tent City, Arizona.
Oh yeah.
Is it Arizona?
New Mexico, Arizona,
somewhere like that, where the sheriff makes all the inmates sleep outside in tents.
Yeah,
he's very popular. Anyway, this guy ended up there.
Oh,
this was back a long time ago before I don't know if I told that story or not. I'm gonna have to research it. I need to tell that one. That was before the internet was as we know it.
Oh,
It wasn't as user friendly. It was. You've got mail. That kind of So everybody, all these law enforcement agencies and stuff like that, they weren't reporting online, or you didn't have inventory of jail databases, stuff like that. So this was back in the olden days when you were tracking the old way.
Yeah.
And he ran off that far. So that's pretty difficult. Now the internet's made the world smaller, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, much more. You younger bondsmen don't know how good you got it, so you need to take advantage. But again, Slammer Picks.
I remember seeing, like, growing up. I remember going to the post office and seeing wanted pictures.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, that's how it used to be.
Yeah.
Now, how many people are going to see that, right? So I came up with this thing, and I put it on there, and so I drive you up I do SEO. What people don't know what that is. People that own businesses know what SEO is.
Yep.
SEO is search engine optimization, and so you want to be the top ranking businesses that show up when you Google something, right? So that's what I do with these people's names, so that no matter where they go, like the brother that found him in Costa Rica, he saw my post, and like he said, yeah, my brother's over here, come get him. He's stealing from people out here, like heavy equipment, like stuff like that. Yeah, he was taking stuff off job sites or something in Costa Rica. So I mean, it follows you all over the place, and like just putting stuff on Facebook. It's only as good as how many friends you got, right? Who shares it?
Oh, that, and you just got to know where to target people too with it.
True, that in which we do that, but it also is working in a bigger capacity this way, because Facebook stuff isn't shared via search. You don't see search results with Facebook typically.
Right.
It's not. I think every once in a while, but not a lot. So you want to increase your odds. Anyway, what else was it about Pookie?
Remember he was long time ago. We found out he was a part of this big.
Right. So after all this, we found out there was some history I didn't know about. I think James did. He told me about Operation Tarnish Badge, which happened.
He told us on the ride home too.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
So yes, Operation Tarnish Badge was a situation in Robeson County out there in Lumberton area, where they had a situation with that dirty cops.
Yeah,
the whole police department.
It's still like that. Well, I know
I
Red
wouldn't
Springs
say that now, but I don't know. But back then, I think they came in, FBI or somebody came in and they went through and found that it was all corrupt. Yeah. They were basically going up to drug dealers' houses and shaking them down for money. And I think it was said that Pookie was one of those dealers.
Yep.
And they burnt his house down.
That's why the tensions are so harsh between the cops out there and the Lumbees.
Yeah.
Because of that.
So as bondsmen, we're looked at as law enforcement. So we're kind of in the middle, and like we're not greeted openly.
No, we're not law enforcement.
Yeah,
they look at us like, because I mean we're there to get somebody.
Right. We have handcuffs and we got a badge, and we look like authority figures. So we're kind of looked at like they don't want to want to cooperate with us.
Well,
and help us. So
I don't like going to Lumberton.
No, I don't either. I'm not saying anything bad about the people, but they are very, secretive, and they keep their people together.
Yeah.
They don't want to tell on nobody, even no matter what they're doing. It seems like. Anyway, the whole tarnished badge thing. So he was a part of that. So that was some history that we would have liked to know. We would have known more about him, and how he's going to run hard.
I think he went to prison.
Oh yeah,
he went to prison, but I don't know if he's gotten out or not. That's something we might need to look that up. I'm curious.
We'll look old Pookie up and see.
All right,
but
well, that's about it for this one. That was awesome. That was a long time ago, right there. That's been a while back, and I remember being like kind of worried because we were going to a bad spot, and I heard all about Lumberton. Now I've gotten people out of Lumberton since then, and I swear when somebody says, "Oh, I got to skip a Lumberton," I go, "You know what? Find somebody else."
Now,
I don't want to.
Yeah. I remember we did one where we had to go right after a hurricane. Remember? And we go get that guy in Lumberton, and the roads were flooded because Lumberton got it real bad.
Yeah.
I mean, all that water. They had hoses down the middle of the street to divert.
Yeah. Oh God, remember I remembered it. Yeah.
Yes, and we took that guy up to halfway between here and I think Connecticut or somewhere. Remember, we had to go meet the bondsman. We picked him up from somebody else.
Yep.
Yeah.
God, man, that has been a long time ago.
That guy was in the house, and anyway, that's another story.
That's another story. I mean, we keep coming out with like, oh man, I forgot about this one, forgot about that one, forgot about this.
That's why we got to get them out.
I know.
You're going to forget them over time, and they kind of go to blend together. But we got to get them told.
I know.
Right?
I'm not going to wood. We haven't had any forfeitures lately, and I don't want to see none.
No.
Which is nice.
Right.
I want to keep it that way. I would rather tell old stories than new stories. That's for sure.
Correct. That is very correct.
Well, that was the story of Pookie.
The Lumbee Indian.
The Lumbee who, just
stole stuff.
He stole everything.
Yeah.
If it's not nailed down,
he would take it.
Yep.
That's right.
Oh, well, guys, thank you for tuning in. This is another great episode of a good old story that Chad told today. And if you like what you hear, you can see us also on YouTube. Go to Off the Hook Bail Bonds podcast, and you can see our pretty faces or whatever you think of our faces. You can see us. Comment, subscribe, follow. The whole nine.
The whole nine.
Yeah, look us up on Spotify. If you're watching us, some people like to watch us on YouTube. Some people like to listen to us on Spotify. It's a little mixture of both, and we appreciate you guys. We thank you very much. But until then, I'm Rob.
I'm Chad.
And we will see you next time.
Peace.
You've been listening to Off the Hook with Chad and Rob. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And be sure to follow us for notifications for another exciting episode. But in the meantime, you can go to our website at www.offthehookbail.com to see more. So until next time, stay out of trouble, or it'll be you that needs to get off the hook. See you soon.